testimony I'm gonna give today is the truth and only truth.
Okay. Mara, you understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, please, let's hurry up.
Since the burden of proof is on the Cho Mara, Miss Farah, I need for you to tell me what's transpired. What happened?
Okay, so you want to tell me you want to tell you from the start to the end, Your Honor?
No. Miss Farah, you okay, hold on, let me go with these rights with you. Okay, first of all, the defendant is not the burden of proof is not on the defendant, okay, in this matter. This is a criminal matter. Basically, and the burden of proof is what we call probable cause, okay, which is more likely than not that the incident occurred. Now, you as a defendant, you do not have to say anything. You can exercise the right to remain silent. All the burden is on the person that accused you of the crime. Okay. So,
okay, Your Honor.
So you're not required to say anything. It's the only person that needs to have the burden of proof is the accused. Okay.
Okay, Your Honor.
Is the person that brought forth the matter against you.
Are you taking your test?
I'm sorry, could you go ahead and repeat that I'm sorry, Miss the Burmese interpreter. I said a whole bunch and I didn't give you time to interpret. The person that's accused of the crime does not have to say anything or do anything. They have the right to remain silent in all proceedings. And also, you do also have a right as the accused. You also have a right to have an attorney represent you in all stages of this. And if you desire to have an attorney, please let me know that before we begin. The burden of proof is on Chomar. Chomar, please tell me what's going on.
Yes.
Go ahead. Okay. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Okay. So she was saying that she didn't have any problem with the defendant, but she had a problem with her sister.
Okay. All right. No problem with the defendant, but she had a problem with her sister.
Okay. Yeah, it's not with her, the defendant, but her sister. She came into my house and then she abused my my youngest daughter. Okay. So the daughter would like to speak, can she?
Yeah, but the daughter is not the one. The daughter is just a witness in this, correct?
So she was just trying to explain what her mother was saying.
Okay, she don't need to interpret. You have an interpreter.
Yeah, because translators confuse what she's saying and she translate to you is different. That's why.
Okay. Translator, she's saying something different to you than what you mean, or kind of clear this up for me.
Maybe the daughter wanted to clarify what her mom was trying to say, so that more, so that you can understand more.
Okay,
maybe I didn't get what she was trying to say. Yes, it's kind of the same thing. So it's not the problem with the defendant, but with her sister. Her sister came into their house, and abused.
She's the one who's coming to my mom's house.
Yeah, okay.
Not her sister.
Oh, Tula, Father, la,
yeah, she's the one.
Oh, tu mane flip it so tu like it. Okay. All right. So there's a confusion. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So they were having a problem with the defendant's sister, but actually the defendant's sister, the sister didn't come into that the Choma house, but the defendant herself came into Choma's house and abused them.
Okay. And so how did the person come in and abuse? I mean, I don't understand. What's abuse?
Okay. So the defendant came into Choma's house and they started to talk about the sister having problem with the youngest daughters of Choma, and they were having they were telling Choma they were telling her that to go outside of the house, not having a problem in their house, but they didn't want to, and they were having fight and pulling off her hair, fighting over her, and that is, because of that, they even went to the clinic because of the pain, and also that is why they were trying to set up for Discord. Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone call the police?
Police called Pella. Yes.
And the police came out?
Yes, as well as the ambulance, and then ambulance took them out, Choma.
Oh, the ambulance took Choma to the hospital?
Hospital, yes.
Did she have a chance to give a statement to the police officer?
Okay, by the time the police come, the Choma, the mother was fainted, so she couldn't speak, and the police tried to talk to the defendants first, and then they got the statement from her first, and then the police talked to Choma's daughter, and they were getting the statement afterward.
Okay. The daughter, did you see all this happen?
Yes, I saw what happened. I saw all of them, but and also the whole household that were there, 2 sister, brothers, and other people were there. But we didn't want to do. We know the law not to touch anyone. By the law is not legal, so we will just.
Okay, but
Mhm.
but did she see everything? Did she see the attack by the Farah on her mother?
Okay. Yes, I saw everything. I was just out of labor. I just gave birth to a baby, a newborn baby, and also there's my sister. She's about to give birth to her. She is also pregnant, and we didn't want to, disturb. Yeah, and we also have some record of video files and photos.
All right, so let me share my screen because I got some pictures. You can see that?
Yes.
Burmese interpreter, where are you? You left me?
I'm here.
So ask her, does this represent the injuries? Who took the picture and what is this a picture of?
Okay, it was taken by my daughter, and they were my what happening on my arm.
And when did these pictures get taken?
Yeah, we took that picture when we were when I was in the hospital.
Madam Clerk, could you move to the next video, the next picture? And Ms. Farada, you get a chance to ask questions after this line of questioning, okay?
Okay.
You can do what they call cross-examination.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Chomar, who took this picture and when was it taken?
Okay, so it was taken by my daughter when I came back from my after coming back from the hospital.
And this is picture, I'm gonna label this picture number 3. If you can tell me about this picture, what was it, what is it, and when was it taken and by whom?
Okay, it was taken by my daughter when I was in the hospital, and it's showing on my what happening on my finger.
Is this the same daughter that's sitting beside you right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And please identify this picture and where was it taken and who took the picture?
Okay. Okay. So it was taken by my daughter as well, and when I was in the hospital, and I still have that bruise on my left. And
okay. All right. There was a couple of other pictures. Is there anything else, Chomar, that you want to say? And this is another picture here. This is what we call picture number 5.
okay. So it was also taken by my daughter when I was in the hospital, and those are what the nurses observed when I was in the hospital, and I took a picture of them.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ms. Farada, you have an opportunity to cross-examine them. Excuse me. Before I do that, is there anything else, Ms. Chomar, you want to say?
Okay. So when she attacked me, she pulled off my hair from the back, so I couldn't pull. Until now, I can use my arm and stuff, and I also have the video when she was attacking my head and pulling off my hair.
No, video is not attack time after she passed down to the floor.
Let's talk at a time, please, so she can interpret.
Yeah, Chuma was showing that she also has some bruises on her forehead and her face.
Okay. All right, now's the opportunity, Ms. Farada. Farada is for you to, if you want to ask questions, what they call cross-examination of them, you can ask those questions of them.
Your Honor, I have I have nothing to ask them because I know what they're saying is not true. So I know they're just gonna say the same thing even if I ask them.
Okay. All right. Is it now you also have an opportunity to make a statement if you desire. You're not obligated to. You enjoy the right to remain silent. And as I told you earlier, you also have a right to have an attorney represent if you desire to go hire you one. But I do want, but I want you to, if you are going to testify, you've already been sworn in, so you can testify.
Yes, I would like an attorney and I would also like to give my side of the statement.
Well, you can't give your side of the statement without an attorney. If you desire to have an attorney, remember I asked you that in the beginning, you have a right to have an attorney, you never said anything. So is it you want a lawyer now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. All right, what we're gonna do is that we've already started this hearing. But you are into, I guess you could have, you never waive your right to have an attorney represent you. Madam Clerk, what do you guys normally do in these situations?
Hey, Judge, so we could reset the matter. I can give her 2 days, which is sufficient time so that she could retain an attorney.
Okay, so all right, Miss Farada, is it your desire to have an attorney represent you?
Yes,
Okay. You're gonna go out and hire your own attorney, is that correct?
I will get a public attorney, Your Honor.
Do they give you public defenders in these situations, Madam Clerk?
No, sir.
No. You have to
No?
hire your own, you have to hire your own attorney.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you gonna be able to hire your own attorney?
Yes, I will try, Your Honor.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the case, and for Ms. Farada to get an attorney, Farada to get an attorney, and what are the dates, Madam Clerk, that we have out there?
So, yeah, so we have September 11th, 18th, and the 25th.
Okay, what date is good for everyone? September 11th, 18th, or the 25th?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to reset it for September 25th at same time, Madam Clerk,
Yes, Judge.
and they will get notice of this.
Yes, they will.
Okay. All right, Miss Farada, you need to make sure you come back with an attorney because you asking for this reset. All right. Everybody is testifying
Yes,
in this
Your Honor.
case. Please raise your right hand. You swear for the testimony you're gonna give is gonna be the truth. Samara New, you need to raise your right hand. You swear for the testimony you give is gonna be the truth, the whole truth, under penalty of perjury. Take that out your mouth and please say yes or no.
Yes.
Your video is on, Samara.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The burden of proof is on Samara Nguyen, as you heard earlier. The burden of proof is what we call a probable cause hearing, and make a determination if there's sufficient probable cause to issue a warrant in this matter. And as indicated earlier, the accused, who's Michael Nguyen, you are not required to say anything. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to have an attorney represent you in any and all proceedings. You also have the right to cross-examine any and all witnesses. And you also have the right to testify yourself and bring any other documentation that you may have in support of your defense. But you also have, with those rights, you can waive all those rights and decide to testify yourself. But I do want to caution you that anything you say can be used against you in any future proceedings if necessary. But I don't think this is going to be one of these situations as there's no recording of it. We don't have a court reporter. So, however, I just have to let you know that. Okay.
All right.
All right. All right. All right. Tell me what's going on, Samara Nguyen.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening.
Thank you for having me show forth this case today. So I was assaulted numerous times, and the images that I submitted to the magistrate depicts the bruising on my chest. I didn't show the graphic images because a lot of them were on private areas, and it was extremely graphic because he had cut into my flesh.
Hold on 1 second. Madam Clerk, did we receive any evidence in this matter?
Not that I saw, yeah.
I don't see any pictures at all.
Okay, I received an email stating that it had been accepted, it had been received. That was the rebuttal that I received from the magistrate email.
I check for you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I can pull up I believe it was the PP number that was attached in the subject line of the evidence that was submitted. So when I was attacked, I had to see an oncologist because my tissue was damaged and I was bleeding and my wounds were in risk for an infection. I had been assaulted numerous times and my tissue had been damaged, leading to another surgery that I needed to have. Upon being attacked again by the assailant, I was unable to have surgery at that time because of the constant attacks that I was under. And my children were also attacked. I reported to the police department that my car was also tampered with that prevented me from traveling. And I took it to the Audi dealership, Peachtree Industrial, and they looked over it. They thought what was a battery problem. They replaced the battery. And then the issue showed itself once again, where I had to purchase a new car because my infant children was in danger with me driving in the vehicle.
I mean,
he entered.
Hold on, Ms. Nguyen. First of all, I asked you earlier a question. What is the relationship between you and Michael Nguyen?
There is no relation.
Were you guys ever at any point previously married?
On paper, I was a roommate, and
No, that's not what I'm asking. It's not such thing as a room. It's no such thing on paper. Were you previously married to Mr. Michael Nguyen? That's a very simple question.
I believe he took me to the courthouse to sign something. As far
How
as
did you get his name?
It was a court document. It changed my my maiden name over that I had as an adoptee.
You were adopted by Mr. Nguyen?
I was adopted, and he had like basically like identity theft, where he had put my name on a car and different items and credit cards in his name and was trying to basically take my assets. And I had contacted the police for identity theft and theft and assaults. And
how many times have you contacted the police?
I've contacted the police after the assaults, and I've other times when he entered my premise, I contacted him over a handful of times. I have sufficient documentation stating that he entered the house, poisoned the food that my children and I ingested, leaving us very ill, also damaging the property, tracking my cell phone device. This is also my emails, which I have to go ahead and get a felony warrant for him also, because I was told by Judge Thompson that it's a felony for an individual to go ahead and hack your emails. So that's also what I have to do to receive justice.
Okay. Okay, so I'm looking at here this matter, and I'm looking at some pictures. Looks like that you have some receipts here from Audi, but I'm not quite sure how that relates to this situation.
Yes, Your Honor. So when I had the phone conversation with Honorable Judge Thompson, it was explained to me if the damage on the vehicle was less than 500, I could go ahead and submit that into evidence. And the damages were within that price range because the Audi was purchased at Audi Atlanta.
Excuse me, Madam Clerk, I do not have a copy of that app. I saw you put it labeled as Nguyen versus Nguyen, but it's actually someone else's name.
Okay, no problem, Judge.
Give me that. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the damages were they were under $500, but when they told me that they weren't really able to identify the problem, and I told them that he was a master mechanic that also works on that same street, they had cautioned me that I would need another vehicle for my safety because just the uncertainty of what was happening with my vehicle caused a very hazardous situation for myself, where I did have to call the DeKalb police because I was stranded with that vehicle, with my children in the vehicle.
Now, I'm asking you a question. Are these children by Mr. Michael Nguyen?
Yes, I was assaulted, and I had to speak to the special victims unit because of that, because he basically tried to take my freedom. And as I'm, getting some liberty now, liberation, I'm able to go ahead and just speak out on behalf of myself and my children.
So did you ever file a divorce?
Divorce was finalized, I believe, September 6th of 2022.
Okay, but you indicated earlier to me that you were not married to him, that you were adopted by him. So how did you get a divorce?
Oh, I was adopted by another individual. The divorce was on paper because I was attacked by him. It was unconsensual, and it was, I guess you consider, its technical term was a date rape. And I had never been pregnant. And he had stayed home, and he had told me that I was indeed impregnated by him. And he had asked to just have me sign papers stating that it was a marriage, and he had a house to put me on the deed and things of that nature. But as far as when the divorce took place and things of that nature, we were not intimate as a normal
That's not what I'm
marital
asking.
couple.
Okay, let me ask you a question. But you're not asking my questions. My questions are, first of all, first question I asked you, were you married at any point? Were you married to him? And you said no, you weren't married to him. Y'all was roommates. You said that you were adopted by him. And then later on, you indicated during your testimony that you were got a divorce from him on last year.
No, Your Honor, I just want to explain. So when I said that my adopted name was my maiden name, and I was married on paper. We went to the courthouse.
Okay, you and he have kids together. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you guys were intimate. Y'all in a relationship. Y'all had children, and as a result of that, you and he end up filing at some point. Whoever filed the divorce, you filed a divorce, and now at this moment, you and he are divorced. That was done on order of your testimony on September 26, 2022. Correct?
I believe it was September 6th, but
okay, what 6? I'm going by what you're saying, okay? Because I don't have any documentation from. Okay, and basically here you're alleging that he assaulted you or while you were pregnant, and you stalked you, stole, hacked emails and social media, tampered with your car, and somehow that was $500 or less worth of damage. Though regarding, I guess I'm assuming the car tampering, the car matter. Is that correct?
Yes, the car tampering was that amount.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add to it?
Yes, I did want to add that I had put a temporary protective order against him. When I contacted the police numerous times, he would flee the location. Hence why, I had to, go out and submit an application. There was also an application that was submitted.
You said you placed a temporary protective order against him. When did you do that?
The first temporary protective order was 2022.
Okay. And that next time it was that a temporary, was it a 12-month order? What happened at the hearing?
It was a 12-month hearing, Your Honor. He wasn't present for that hearing. So it didn't stand up in court. He had continually contacted me, and I had saw his vehicle. So when I spoke to some of the detectives, because the judge also had told me to file a temporary protective order and to get my children into safety. But when I wasn't able to locate him, the sheriffs told me that they weren't able to, deliver the temporary protective order affidavit to him.
Okay, which time was that? Well, you said was that in 2022 or was that another recent time?
I believe it was 2022 because there was 2 applications that I filed during that time.
Okay, in any one of those applications, was there a 12-month order issued?
I believe it's called a pro. I don't know. I don't want to say pro se. It's
You're the person that's pro se. You brought the order. You bring it forth. You're the pro se person.
It's like a hearing where it's.
I know exactly what it is. My question to you was there at any point in time, was this from this temporary, was it a 12-month order issued in any of your cases?
Yes, I believe, to my understanding, when we had the hearing, I had the hearing with the judge and I submitted the evidence, and it was 12 months, and he was given the opportunity to rebuttal as to why the 12 months should not stand.
And did you guys have a hearing on that?
There was
On
a
the-
hearing. It was in the sense it was dismissed. He wasn't shown, and there was no address for him.
Madam Clerk, is there any way we can pull up and find out if we can find out? Let me see if I can do this. I can go on Odyssey. Ms. Newell, is there anything else you want to tell me?
And just in closing, outside of the temporary protective order, I also needed, I just wanted to make sure that it was known to the court that I needed surgery from the damages that took place after that as well. And there was also a civil suit that was also filed. And again, he never was either served or he was hiding from the sheriffs.
Okay. All right. Do you have any information regarding your medical bills and all that kind of stuff that you received as a result of this? Or medical records?
Okay, yes, I do have medical records, Your Honor, from the Palm City Beach emergency room where I was admitted after he assaulted me. Also from
Okay,
Emory Healthcare.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why do you have medical records from Palm Beach? And what does that have to do with your situation? I'm just trying to understand. How does Palm Beach? Because that's a whole different state.
Oh, he had assaulted me. He assaulted me another time. Okay, pertaining to this specific assault, I do have medical bills from Emory Healthcare.
Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. Nguyen, you're not required to say anything. You're not required to testify at all. Not required to present any evidence, but you do have an opportunity if you desire to cross-examine Ms. Nguyen regarding this matter. I want to be careful between cross-examination and testifying, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. I do have a question for you, Your Honor.
Huh?
I know I submitted a protection order. Does this violate my protection order since it's indirect contact from the alleged incident that occurred 5 years ago?
No, it does not. It does not violate it because you're in a court proceeding.
Okay, I just want to ask to be sure because to me, this is not new or what she's doing. She has been contacting the wellness check and defects to get me in jail for whatever reason because of ever since the divorce has been finalized, she has been trying to make my life miserable.
Okay.
And
all right,
so,
I mean, are you testifying or is that what your testimony is?
yeah, I'll testify.
Okay, well, go ahead. You've been sworn in, so tell me what's going on.
Right here, it says I got the paper. I no longer live at 3111 Tarrant Way. So I don't know why it's mailed there. And it is in the divorce decree that I updated my mailing address.
Okay.
So
no, one second. Let me get this question out from Ms. Nguyen. Mrs. Samara Nguyen, where did you allege that this incident occurred? Let me look in your paperwork. Okay, hold on one second. I don't have to ask you. Let me look in your paperwork. Okay, it says that this matter happened in Brookhaven, Decatur. Okay. Who lives in Brookhaven, Decatur?
It was I. I was on the main lease, and
yeah, but
she was the.
I got you. But where the incident, so Miss Nguyen, you're saying that this matter happened in the house when you and he were living together?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you said that the date was from 2018 to 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's what you have. Okay. All right, Mr. Nguyen, please tell me what you have to tell me.
Okay, I'm a little confused because the paper I received is that I have a criminal trespass and simple battery on January 1st of 2018 at midnight. And it didn't give me any other, like that's the offense date. And it says a description here that the accused has happened at 3111 Tarrant Way. It doesn't mention anything about Brookhaven. So I need some clarification. I'm pretty lost here.
Well, I'm not here to clarify. I'm here for you to, if that's what you're presenting, That's the information that you're presenting? Is that what you're saying? Because right here I have, it says, how do you know this person rented a room in a house online, assaulted me before and after I was pregnant, stalked me, stole, had my email, social media, also tampered with my car. So it broke down. I was driving my kids all night. We were stranded, could have had an accident. They asked me, when did it happen? 2018 through 2022. Time, 8 o'clock. Where? Brookhaven, Decatur. Dollar amount, $50,000.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I didn't see that.
That's what I have for the application. Let me see what,
Well,
let me see what else. I just got an email. Let me just see what else I got here. I do have here, there was a temporary families violence ex parte protective order that was issued. That was on behalf of Mr. Michael Nguyen. Got a temporary final divorce decree, final protection order. Mr. Nguyen does have a final protection order that was heard on, that he held on November 22nd, 2022. And in that, he was granted a 12-month protective order against the respondent. The respondent in this matter is Samara Nguyen. Except only the divorce decree and parent planning. All right. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I'll look at the evidence in this matter. And Miss Samara Nguyen, I don't find you credible. Okay. And because even in your application, you said you was renting from him and it was online. You guys had been in a relationship. You guys have been married before, and you did not reveal or state anything about this man being your ex-husband, that he had these protective orders against you. So based upon that, I'm going to find there's insufficient evidence because of your credibility to issue.
I did have a protective order, but I can give you the protective order number for DeKalb County.
Okay. I know what I'm just looking at is what was granted to him on November 22nd for a period of 1 year.
And that was the second application, and I had to do it between 2018 and 2022. But if you see the police report that I submitted, that was 2020 in November, where it says I was assaulted while I was pregnant.
Okay.
So it clearly states that.
Well, if that was the case, you have 2 years from that date in order to prosecute this matter, and that was not done.
That was done because I do have a receipt from the judge where I had a hearing that was submitted. But the fact that he had sexually assaulted myself and my children, they wanted me to go ahead and file felony charges against him.
Well, then that'll be addressed in the felony, but this is not. I'm not addressing felonies.
Right now I'm addressing assault. Assault was a misdemeanor.
But now,
the incident number
Ms.
that
Nguyen,
I gave you, it was
Ms. Nguyen, the application in this matter, for there's an insufficient probable cause, and
it's okay, Your Honor.
This matter be dismissed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Nguyen and Ms. Nguyen. You may be excused.
I shouldn't even been on a fucking video because that's fucking ridiculous.
I tell you what, Miss Nguyen, I'm going to end up finding you in contempt, and that you will find yourself in jail if I hear you curse one more time. Do you understand that?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ryan McClure, you may be excused. Thank you.
Yes.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Okay. Did we get an address proper for this, Madam Clerk? Or do we know? Or did it come back?
No, Judge, the office didn't get no notification saying that they will be absent. The mail was sent out on July 26, 2023.
What do you mean a proper address?
Well, I need to make sure the person was properly notified of this.
The individual lives with me. This individual has went from one county to another county, went from Fulton County. I'm out on 2 bonds, trying to run from this individual, paid off my bonds, and this individual is over here in DeKalb County committing the same crime. I don't know how he's doing these things. Now, I have a video. This man threw lighter fluid on me, I had a video. Like, they're allowing it, and I had the DeKalb County Police Department just came out to my house yesterday. I'm fighting this man at my house. Blood is all over my entire house.
Let me ask you a question. Did they took an incident report? Is that correct?
They did it twice. I'm talking about now. This was top the cake, Judge.
Okay,
now, I'm not gonna let nobody throw no lighter fluid on me. We can do that now.
Mr. McClure. All right, this is a courtroom, first of all. Okay?
I understand that, but you have to understand, I'm on 2 bonds because of this individual, and I just got out of jail, be trying to fight with it, and had to file a temporary protection order on it. I understand.
I'm first of all, in order for me to take any of your testimony, you're gonna raise your right hand, okay? Okay, you swear from any information you give going to be the truth, the whole truth, under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Mm.
okay, so tell me what I'm looking at your police report. So tell me what transpired. Do you have any other witnesses besides yourself?
No.
Okay. All right. Tell me what happened.
The problem is, Judge, this man is following me from one county, from Fulton County to all the way over here to DeKalb County. So the individual actually lives in Rex's, Georgia, but he was staying with me. And I went to jail over there in Fulton County. He done went out and filed false warrants. He done out here, he can't take no for an answer for a relationship. Then he lied and said he gonna act right. He don't pay no bills, don't do none of this. Then come over here and do it in DeKalb County. I didn't went to jail. I done served 2 warrants in both counties. Just got out last month. The judge just told me, if you're gonna be done with him, Mr. McClure, you need to file a restraining order. I just filed a TPO. Got a court again this week for the TPO. Now, 2 days ago, this individual